This is Skipper Albert AWOL, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the 3BC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you are listening to AWOL Airwaves on the 3BC. And now, here's today's river tip from Skipper Bill of the Congo Connie. Bill says, if you're gonna listen to Three Sheets, make sure you grab a drink, flash some skin, and keep the kids away from the hippo. Thanks, Bill. And finally, passengers requesting that cheetahs tone down the debauchery should be referred directly to the booking office, where they will receive immediate medical treatment.
Fuck that little pig. This is horse shit. I podcast like I say.
I know it sounds sorted, but you'll be rewarded when at last I am given my dues. And injustice deliciously squared, be
Hello everybody and welcome to episode 96 of Three Sheets the Mouse. We're five average guys with a love for all things Disney, and joining me on this week's show are four guys who don't mind eating the hippo because it tastes like chicken. Mikey.
It does. If you can get through that hide, which as any villager will tell you, it's what the fuck are you doing, Scott?
I'm pouring a drink, man.
That's a real fancy apparatus you got attached to your shaker there. Is that a rich drink?
Of course it is. Have you met Scott? Really? Have you met him?
We're just saying hi. Mikey, say hello.
Oh, hello. I thought I did. I talked about...
and then you got distracted by rich things.
Well, I was chasing the shiny.
Yeah. Trenton.
Are we allowed to make jokes about children getting eaten by reptiles yet, or no?
No, we've still got another 6-month hiatus on that.
Oh, I was doing that the day after it happened. So.
Hippos aren't reptiles.
Tim.
Well, it all tastes like chicken if you close your eyes.
And Adam.
Well, veal tastes really good, so why won't young children?
That's true.
I like the tender meat.
You got to keep him in a cage for a couple months, though.
We're here to talk to you about Disney parks, Disney booze, and a little bit of debauchery in between. So sit back, relax, grab a gin and tonic because you're going to need the quinine this week, and enjoy the adult side of Disney with Three Sheets to the Mouse.
That was a really interesting thing that I learned, Scott, that tonic water was literally invented for malaria.
Yeah. It was. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's why it's tonic water.
I had
it's
no
a tonic.
idea.
Yeah, that's why gin and tonic was invented by the British troops in India when they were kind of stationed there.
Also, was it invented by Snoop Dogg?
It'll get you drunk.
No, that's gin and juice, Tim.
That's scissor.
Get hip, Tim. Jeez.
No, scissor is something. Scissor has gin in it?
No, scissor is Sprite and cough medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, because that sounds like a lovely time. Why don't you just drink some
Isn't that the same as just
how you say it?
Purple drink?
No,
Speaking
purple
of
drink,
drinks.
isn't that like what we used to call purple motherfucker?
No.
Like it was basically like a lot of vodka and freaking purple Kool-Aid.
That sounds disgusting.
Oh, when you're at a college party, it doesn't matter.
That's true. That's true. Just add some Diet Coke to it. It'll get you drunker
Well,
faster.
the redheaded slut was pretty much just red Kool-Aid and
Yeah.
vodka.
Pretty much.
That's better.
Trenton's right. Gin and tonic was a drink of necessity. It was invented by necessity. They needed something to make the quinine taste better, so they added gin to it.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started drinking gin and tonic, I was like, what the fuck is this shit? But like anything else, you get an acquired taste for it. Now I love gin and tonic.
I love gin and tonic now. I tell the story a lot. I was like 6 years old. I went into my grandparents' fridge, thought I was pulling out seltzer water, and just opened the bottle and drank tonic water. No bueno. No bueno at 6 years old.
You were already glutton for punishment drinking fucking seltzer water, so...
I love seltzer water.
Yeah.
I like seltzer with lemon.
I like
seltzer water tastes like TV static.
I never looked at TV while it said that. God, I wouldn't know what that tastes like.
You've had seltzer
Apparently,
water.
Trenton puts his tongue on a lot of strange things you might find around the house, whether it's a TV or a charcoal grill.
I was just going to say a charcoal briquette.
Don't tell Stephanie. Don't tell
He
Stephanie.
gets
An
bored
ashtray.
a lot, I think.
he's like what Josh Hartnett from 40 Days and 40 Nights when he starts eyeballing the electrical outlet because it's been a while.
Yeah. Trenton, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm actually drinking Kona Big Wave.
Ooh,
Wait.
a can.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait,
16
you
ounce
have a
can.
big boy drink tonight?
Yeah.
I'm not used to this anymore.
Well, they were on sale.
Hang
Okay.
on.
No, I'm just saying it's not Canadian Mist.
And Diet Coke.
He's not finished
I
with it
ran
yet.
out of Canadian Mist yesterday at hockey.
Okay.
Well,
And
Miller
it's
Lite.
not UV vodka.
Oh God, no! I don't drink UV vodka. I drink.
wasn't-
It was New Amsterdam
Okay.
or Three Olives. Yeah,
That's what it was. It was one of those flavored ones. I couldn't remember which one it was.
those are the mini bottles that my local liquor store carries. So.
Do you have
Mini
enough of that beer to
bottles.
get you through the evening?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
I've already had a couple of them.
Mikey, what are you drinking tonight?
I've got a little Elijah Craig. I think I've
Ooh.
done it a couple nights now. You know, it's. I'm not going to bottle it down tonight, but it'll be down this week.
Oh, that's happened before. I bottled down a whole bottle of that in one night.
Was Elijah Craig one of your top 5?
No.
No, it was smooth. I mean, it's nice and easy to drink. It's
It was
30
For the
$31
money,
to drink.
for the money, it's really really nice.
yeah, it's $31 or $32
Or 27.
or 27.
Do I hear 25?
Well,
never seen it for 20.
that was the shelf price. I was figuring tax. So
It's really smooth to drink. I mean, can't go wrong with it.
it's got a nice.
Now the
stopper.
barrel proof, that is something special. It's like 134 proof.
that
It's
sounds
amazing.
like
That's
a
really
lot
hot.
like 1792.
Oh no,
not,
but this is aged for 12
Oh,
years.
okay.
It is
Either
delicious.
way, that sounds like fucking fire.
I can't find barrel proof freaking anything here in Arkansas.
Oh, it's brand new. They just started coming out.
No, I
with it
mean,
this year. It's
I mean
really
of
good.
anything, like any of the major ones, like your 1792 or your Elijah Craig, like your brand new whatever. The only thing I can find is the local distilleries barrel proof stuff, the one out of Little Rock, and it's
Rocktown.
unpleasant.
Is it Rocktown? Is that the one?
Yeah.
I've never had it. I've seen it
Oh, it's hanging out at the Goodman residence currently. Because I know he hadn't finished that shit.
here. Tim, what are you drinking tonight?
Got it's a Macallan 12 double cask.
Oh, the gold standard, man.
Well, we went to Adam's Branch's Christmas dinner tonight, and it was at a little country club out like maybe 10 minutes from the house. And we went up to the bar waiting for the rest of his coworkers to get there, and somebody else was having their Christmas party there, and I guess they had an open bar for it.
Oh boy.
So the only thing palatable that we started drinking was they had Macallan 12. So we got 2 doubles. And then I asked the bartender, well, what do we owe you? She's like, oh, it's included in your thing. I'm like, "In what thing? No, we're not part of them." And I was like, fuck. I'm so stupid. I should have said thank you and walked away.
But you didn't.
are an idiot.
And that's why I was the stupidest man alive tonight.
You moron. You should have said, "Oh yeah, cool. Here's a tip."
She's like, oh, thank you for being honest. She goes, I would have put it on this thing and they would have paid for it. I'm like, damn.
They wouldn't even have fucking noticed.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
with the amount of people there, they wouldn't have.
There was
known.
like 50 people, which we later found out it was a flight instructor school.
Oh,
They're having
yeah,
their
no,
Christmas party.
pilots can throw them back.
Oh yeah,
That doesn't sound like a good thing.
and they can snort them up too.
Well, that's why there's 2 in the cockpit.
Oh God, this is terrifying.
Oh, if you
Have you ever flown in a
just
plane in the 80s?
don't go digging, Trenton. Don't go digging around that tombstone, man, because you will not like what you find underneath it. Don't
If
fall
you've
down
ever
this rabbit
flown
hole.
in a plane in the 80s, be grateful you're still alive.
Pretty
Because
much.
those pilots were all coked up in the 80s.
So were the flight controllers.
Yeah.
Everybody was high in the aviation.
There's a reason it's called the cockpit.
What?
I was gonna say, speaking of aviations, that's what I made tonight.
See, like that segue.
How's that
right?
look? How's that look, Mikey?
That looks good. I don't. Something's up with the ingredients that the Shanimal gave me, because mine always comes out a little more purple than that, a little more violet.
Less of the creme de violet. I only use about. So my recipe is 3 ounces of gin, half ounce of lemon juice, a little bit over a 1/4 ounce of the Luxardo liqueur, and then just about a quarter ounce of the creme de violet.
Okay.
That'll give it that more sky bluish, purpley tint to it, so it's not too dark.
That looks like Grimace's piss.
Oh, dude, it's so delicious.
Isn't there a video of you making it?
Yeah.
You know what? I think there
should be,
is.
because I believe he made it one night when you guys were over.
I don't.
Or
I just
before you
remember-
got there or something.
There is a video on 3 Sheets of me making it with the recipe. So
Yeah.
find it, and you win an awesome video to watch.
And you're in a very exclusive club. The exclusive club, if you make one, the exclusive club of people who can find violet liqueur.
Yeah. You know what? I would say there's probably only a handful of people on 3 Sheets Nation that have actually had the aviation. I mean, 4 of them are here right now.
I've never had one.
Yes,
Oh,
you have.
You tried it at my
I
house.
don't think I did.
You tried a little bit of mine. It's not your flavors, but you tried it.
I don't remember trying it because they're not my flavors.
Well, Trenton, it tastes like licking an air freshener from your car.
That's what it sounds like.
Tastes so good, though. I love it.
It's gonna be
I
all
like it.
juniper and fucking herbally flowery and ugh.
Oh yeah,
It's really not, though.
I like it. It's like drinking a dryer sheet.
Trenton, I think you would really like it. It's really sweet. It's not overly sweet, but it's nice and sweet with a combination of the strong gin. To me, I think it's one of the best cocktails.
If it's a stronger flavored gin, I do like gin a lot.
This one I think you'd like. I use Sapphire because Sapphire is my jam.
Big tip there: pair your gin and make a nice venison tenderloin. Gin and venison go well together.
I bet they do. I bet they do.
Gin and gin goes well together.
Deer hunting.
Gin and gin goes great together.
Gin and olives.
I like
Gin and vodka.
I like gin and tonic with limes.
Yep, that's a classic gin. In the summertime, I make gin and club soda and lime. That's a
Like
gin record.
Top of the World Lounge, if you ask for 2 limes, they don't give you 2 lime wedges. They give you 2 entire fucking cut up limes.
Well,
You
that's
asked
rich
for
people
2
things.
limes.
If
You
you
know-
asked for a lime wedge, you would have got a wedge.
Okay,
Yeah.
because that's what
Be
people
specific.
specify. Yeah.
Okay, you're at Top of the World Lounge. Would you really surprise you if you asked for 2 limes, you got 2 limes?
Can I get 2 limes and $10? I mean, you just ask for whatever the fuck I want. Just get it.
Could hurt.
Well, give it a
Coy
shot.
might give it to you.
Yeah, I would try.
I mean, it was just there was like fucking 8 toothpicks in that drink.
It was probably
Yeah.
not the
It's
weirdest
like a
thing
Bloody
that everybody
Mary.
asked for.
It looked like a Bloody Mary of gin and tonic with just limes.
Adam, what are you drinking tonight?
I actually have the Woodford Reserve, but the double oaked.
Oh, I almost
that
got
is
that
so
out
good.
tonight too.
It is really good. I really
I
like it.
love that bottle.
It's yummy.
Oh, I'm drinking
It
beer
is
by
I
myself.
thought did you grab the Jefferson's pairing?
No,
No, he
Woodford.
grabbed the double oaked.
I grabbed
It's such, and you know what I love about that? The color of that is so dark.
Oh, it is.
It is just a perfect color of whiskey. And I know color means nothing, really. Color does not equate to taste, but man, that just looks like you're about
It
ready
just
to have a good
smells
time.
good too.
It does. So much cherry on that one. I love it. So tonight, as we've all talked about our drinks, and the reason I went with the aviation because we decided to go back to the Jungle Cruise. We wanted to do another attraction battle. So it's time for the attraction battle 2.0.
What does the aviation have to do with a boat ride?
It's adventure. There's a plane in the Jungle
I was just
Cruise.
gonna say,
It's crash
Half a
landing.
plane.
Well,
Yeah.
It's the half of plane from Great Movie Ride from the Casablanca
it's-
scene.
where's
it's
the
plain
other
to
half?
see.
Because it ain't in that ride anymore.
No,
what's
it's
a great
not.
movie
Probably
ride?
rusting away somewhere backstage.
I thought it was kind of the okay movie ride.
Well, this will be like the first generation that are born now who will never know what that attraction is.
They also
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about the movies that were in it. So
Well, that's a shame because there's some
No,
great
some of the
movies there.
good. I mean, some
some
of
of them, not
come
all of
on.
them, but it was no.
I mean, there's
you get
what?
I'm
There's
saying.
there's definitely 2.
Wizard of Oz and Alien.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins,
Mary Poppins.
and Indiana Jones,
Yeah,
Indiana Jones, yeah.
there's
and
a lot of
Nosferatu.
movies. Who?
The horror movies, Nosferatu.
They just
Bram
mention
Stoker's
them.
Dracula.
But like
Yeah.
the gangster movies and the westerns, kids don't care about that shit, man.
Oh, dude, I love westerns.
Well, I just
mean,
saw a great
yeah,
article
you
that
do.
like,
Maybe they should do a Red Dead tie-in.
but that's it. It's kids still love playing cops and robbers. Kids still love playing Indians and cowboys. I mean, there's still that thing that's still there. So, westerns are still a big part of American history and movies.
I get it.
I like the
I'm
westerns. I like the westerns that were directed by an Italian guy.
I can just say, as somebody that has a 16-year-old brother, a 15-year-old sister, and two 16-year-old sister-in-laws, they don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, but as a kid, did you not play cops and robbers?
I
As a
did,
kid-
yes. I'm
As
20.
As an adult,
Hey, get me drunk enough, I'll do whatever.
What he does in his own bedroom is his business.
he just won't want to do it on the floor.
And not with a sock in his mouth.
Nope.
Yep.
Or fucking spray cheese in my beard.
No. You're okay with that. You're okay with spray cheese.
I was asleep when that happened.
No, you were not. Oh, you so were not.
We were close.
I wasn't asleep.
I don't think. You know what, Trenton? You can't call it sleeping if your shoes are still on.
They weren't on. Our feet were on the couch because I was
Yeah.
I was raising my feet with Adam in solidarity with his pregnant lady feet.
Yeah, it happens.
So anyways, in Attraction Battle 2.0, we have decided to change things up. Last time we've done 2-on-2 and with one judge. That's not that easy to judge. And quite frankly, it led to kind of just one person deciding the whole thing. So, in true courtroom format, we are going to have a panel of 3 judges. And 2 hosts will go head-to-head and argue for the keeping or demolishing of a beloved Walt Disney World attraction.
Do we say demolishing or can we say updating or refurbishing?
It's gone.
It
We
is. It
cannot
has
keep
to
it.
go.
Yep.
Well, that's kind of half my argument, but okay.
All right. So tonight's show, if you can't tell by the intro, if you can't tell by what I'm drinking and what we've talked about for 25 minutes already, we're talking about the Jungle Cruise. So it's a Jungle Cruise attraction battle.
Yeah.
Trenton,
And
are you ready?
I am. I had originally prepared to. I thought Scott wanted me to defend it. But
I did want you to defend it, but then you got mad.
I didn't get
Like-
mad. It's like saying
No,
defend
I'm sorry.
Space
You
Mountain.
got Trenton.
Everyone knows that I don't like Space Mountain. It's like defend Space Mountain. I can't defend it because I don't like it. It's
You know
you
what?
get mad at
you know
me
what?
for hating Splash Mountain?
Serious.
You know what,
Space
Trenton?
Mountain is way worse than Splash Mountain.
No.
John Adams had to defend Captain Prescott. Someone's got to defend him.
Oh well, all 3 people that are listening that get that reference will understand.
No, there's a whole slew of Federalists in our group that would get that.
I did think about you earlier, Scott. Stephanie was watching Fuller House too, or Fuller House, and they were going to see Hamilton.
I haven't watched Fuller House since like episode 4, season 1.
I
It's
can't wait till this gets
God-awful
killed, and then
cringeworthy.
Hulu picks it up, and it's the fullest house.
so bad. Stephanie was watching
It's
it.
terrible.
It's literally the worst show. I mean, it's real bad.
It's bad. It's bad. We stopped watching after 4 episodes. We're like, oh, this is corny as shit.
Josh from Drake and Josh was on the episode today that she was watching.
Skinny Josh.
Yeah,
I don't know who those people are.
he was.
I don't know
And
who
you know
those
what?
people
That's
are
a bit
either.
of a shame. It's a bit of a stretch. It's Drake and Josh was pretty damn funny.
It
at its
was.
time.
I'll take your word for it, Mikey.
You
I mean, that's
should
when
take
I
my
was a
word for it.
kid, so you wouldn't have watched that.
All right, so Attraction Battle 2.0, Jungle Cruise. The prosecution for this ride will be Trenton, and I'll be defending it. So, in true courtroom fashion, Trenton, the floor is yours.
All right. Let's let's start with the location of this ride being in Adventureland, where no one really wants to go.
I object.
You're a judge. You can't object.
Can I do that? I don't know how this works.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so-
well, here's a question: are we allowed to ask questions?
Yes. So imagine this.
Well,
is
I don't
an
know how
appellate
this
panel.
works because the last time the person who was judging had to be quiet.
Right. So this is a different format. This is more of an appellate or Supreme Court style format. You will be making your case to the judges. The judges can ask you questions. So judges, by all means, please ask questions.
Okay, so we let him talk and then we ask our questions.
Sure.
Correct? Or is
Or if you,
I
or
don't mind if
feel
you
the
ask
need
during. I don't. It doesn't.
I don't.
bother me.
I'm just trying to figure out format.
Trust me, I've been interrupted by many a judge on the appellate division.
Okay.
I personally don't see the appeal of going to Adventureland at all. Really.
Well, so no pirates?
Just pirates. I mean, if I'm going to pirates, I'm going from Frontierland.
No
That
enchanted
side.
tiki room?
I don't care for the tiki room.
No Dole Whip?
I prefer an orange swirl.
But that's still in the same area.
It is.
Spitting
borderline.
camels?
If I'm already over there for any reason, we're not making a special trip over there to get that. I can get the Dole Whip with rum in other parks. I don't need to go get it from Magic Kingdom.
Well, sir, you just said something about your orange swirl. You can't get that in any other park.
Right, and what I'm saying is I'll only get that if I'm over there. I'm not making a special
Okay.
trip over there to get it. It's just tucked back there. That whole... It always feels like... I picture, like, the Spartans at Thermopylae. Like, it's all just a fucking choke point right there. Like, it's just... It's thin. The walkway is only 15 feet wide. I don't like going over there at all. It seems very crammed and crowded, and I'm always waiting for people to move out of the way. So I guess we can start there, and then we'll move to the queue being god-awful and outside, and it's just a cutback. There's some decorations there, and actually, the only thing that really got me excited about when we did it in November was that they had the Jingle Cruise decorations out, or theming out, in like the little office that's in the queue, but it's a glorified cutback. I mean, it's you go this way, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way, you go switchback, whatever. It's boring. It's nothing special. You can only listen to that radio transmission so many times. It's not a good queue. The theming's okay the first couple times you do it, but afterwards you're like, oh look, there's the dilapidated office again. I've seen it 100 times.
See, I like the music.
No, it's not terrible, but it's not. It just gets old, just like anything. I mean, you worked at a Starbucks, Adam. How much Starbucks could you really drink before you got tired of it?
I'm a coffee addict. That's not a really legitimate question. I still drink Starbucks.
He still goes to Starbucks.
I mean, it's one of those things. Like,
Well,
you know,
the
I've
same
worked
can
at
be said with any
restaurants.
attraction in Disney World, though. With their queue.
Trenton, you say that the queue becomes kind of stale, I guess, was your words. That it's something, you look this way and there's a dilapidated office, and you come back and there's this, and, you know, the theming gets a little old. Like everything does, you say. So if everything ends up getting old, what's the problem with it?
Not necessarily. I say everything. I mean, everything does get old, but with being a switchback, I mean, it's not... It's just... And it's the way where they put the ride, and I realize it's an original ride, and that's how queues went then. It wasn't like... You know, they didn't have to theme it like the Flight of Passage queue.
I do have a question, though, regarding the queue, though. There's no theming. There's minimal theming, but your favorite attraction, the queue has no theming, and it's all a switchback.
And it's all outside.
Yeah, there's no shade, there's no nothing.
What's my favorite attraction?
Splash Mountain.
Splash Mountain.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Frozen.
No, I'm talking about Splash Mountain.
I don't
It's
think-
not a hell of a
I'm-
lot of theming for Frozen either. It's a lot
You're
of switchbacks
in
inside of
Arendelle.
a building. You're inside
No,
of a building.
Yeah, but there's theming there, but I'm just talking about, like, there's
I'm not
nothing.
saying the queue from Splash Mountain is fantastic.
But to
but
get
the
rid of
ri-
a ride for a queue, if we're getting rid of rides for a queue...
I'm not
Are we
getting rid
going
of
to
it
do
for the queue. I'm
point
just starting
counterpoint,
the queue.
or is Trenton going to give his whole thing, and then Scott will go give his whole thing?
Yeah, I think we'd make Trenton give his whole thing. Like, if
Yeah.
it's like a Supreme Court thing, Trenton gives his whole thing,
Yeah.
Scott gives his whole thing.
I'm not saying the Splash Mountain queue is worth it, but I think standing in that bad queue is worth it for the end result. I don't think the end result from standing in a switchback is worth it with this ride either. I mean, I don't like the seating arrangements on these boats. It's not comfortable. I don't like having to sit by strangers like that or across from strangers. If you sit on a certain side of the boat, you can't see what you want to see. You can't see all around you. I mean, that's one thing that Scott always argues about with Frozen. If you sit on the wrong side of the boat, you can't see anything. What if you're on the wrong side of the boat facing towards the side of the boat? You
I think
can't...
that's my argument, though.
you
I
gonna-
don't know if that's Scott's.
Well, I thought it was Scott's, but either way...
It might be mine.
I mean, you have to crane your neck around if you want to look on the other side of the boat. This is a big point too. How many times have you guys said this ride's only good if you get a good skipper?
Multiple.
Yeah.
And how many times I would say how many times out of the past 10 times you've ridden this have you gotten a good skipper?
I want to say about 9.
No way.
Yeah, we've
For
been
me,
really lucky
yeah.
with skippers.
No way. All the skippers now suck. They're the same jokes every time. They don't do any ad-libbing anymore. It's always... We got good ad-libbing on the Jingle Cruise only because we got stuck and she had to pull a bunch of old recycled jokes out of her ass real fast. She even admitted that she was running out of jokes.
I think it might have been part of the shtick.
I'm pretty sure that was part of the shtick. But, I mean... Like I said, I haven't... It's been a while since I've had one that left me going, oh, that hurt.
Well, and like I said, the ride vehicles are bad. They're not... It's not good. I'd rather have a boat that had rows like the Kilimanjaro Safari's truck. No?
But you can still end up sitting next to strangers on that.
That's fine. That's fine, but you're not sitting across from them, and it's more of a defined row. I don't like
What about the
seating on
people
this at all.
mover?
You don't sit with the other people in the people mover.
When that ride is at capacity?
You don't go on
They-
it then.
But I'm just saying, would you consider that an issue
Yes.
if you're 2 and another 2 are sitting across from you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That ride is for... People mover is a totally different story. That ride is for relaxing. You go on that ride when there's no line and you just want to chill out, I think.
No, I hear you.
No, I'm
I have
just
no
saying.
opinion on
What
this.
about the monorail then?
I hate the monorail.
Remember, he didn't like the screaming children.
He doesn't like the monorail.
I prefer ferry boats, and you know that. I don't even take
For
buses.
ferry boats?
He
What
puts
are you trying to
ferry
say?
boats.
What are you trying to say?
Wow. I
Wow,
mean,
that cuts deep.
it's cool. It's cool. Hey, Trenton, we don't judge you. We don't judge you at all.
But if I had to choose, I'm fucking Ubering or lifting everywhere. I mean, so...
But then you have to talk to strangers.
I also don't like walking under the monorails in
Stranger
case, like, the
danger.
doors fall off and fucking crack me in the head.
That's only if you park your scooter cart
UCV.
up against them.
And drive and turn it on and try to drive into the door.
So...
I want out!
and I understand why people like this ride for certain reasons. Like, it's a classic, and Walt had his hand in it, and Walt wanted animals in the park so badly he had to compromise to do this. That's cool. These animatronics and figures look like they should be on a mini putt course in fucking North Charleston, South Carolina. They're bad. They're faded. They're not good. They look terrible.
Haunted Mansion has some of the worst pop-up. Even like your local Halloween store has better animatronics at this point than Haunted Mansion has.
Okay.
So, because the animatronic being bad, do we get rid of the ride?
No, but like I said at the beginning of this entire episode, when Scott said we had to destroy it, I was going to argue for a complete overhaul. So that kind of threw a wrench in my plan here.
Well, the judgment for this sets a precedent for attractions going forward. That's why this is a serious matter.
No, I get it. And I'm not saying that the animatronics in Haunted Mansion don't need to be taken care of. If you're going to have a classic ride, I get it, but show them some love. It's not a museum. The animatronics are bad. I don't like the seating on the boats. I don't like the ride vehicles. I think the skippers aren't as good as they used to be. And the jokes are all... I mean, the fun of it, I guess, with the skippers and the recycled jokes is that you know the punchlines already, so you can say them with them, which is always fun. If you have a big group of people and you all know what's going on, it's more fun. You're having more fun with the people you're with than you are with the actual skipper on the boat.
But isn't that what a group vacation would be about?
Yes and no.
I mean, I can go with Tim.
What about a group vacation of people that have never been on that ride before?
Okay. You're still going to have that experience with that particular group.
What I'm saying is I think those jokes fall on deaf ears with new people.
I don't think so.
No.
I also feel like I'm
Yeah.
arguing against 4 people right now, so...
Well, it's not an argument because it's just questions.
No, I get it.
Because I'm gonna be just as hard. So
It's not a ride that I think's even worth riding if the wait time is over. I mean, this is a walk-on. If it's under 15 minutes, I'll go over there, sure.
I'm sorry.
I'm not wasting a fast pass on this. I'm not waiting longer than 20 minutes. I waited longer than that in November to see the Jingle Cruise because I'd never seen it before. And even then, the theming with the Jingle Cruise isn't that much different. It's not really a true overlay. I think Disneyland does overlays on these things way better.
I want to say it's very similar.
I mean, I've never been there. I'm just saying, like...
No, for Jingle Cruise?
Yeah, we saw videos, and it seems to be very similar.
It's very similar. The biggest overlay they do is the Haunted Mansion.
Right, and why can't we have that? That's what I'm saying. At the same time, I just think it's a forgotten attraction that Imagineers aren't really worried about updating the animatronics. They're not worried about changing anything with the ride. It's overplayed. It's outplayed. I mean, like I said, and this is an argument I have with a lot of times. You guys always shit on this argument. Kids don't. They like the animatronics in Frozen. I'm not just saying Frozen because I like Frozen. They like the animatronics in Frozen. They like the animatronics in the Navi River Journey. They like new stuff. Kids now are smart enough.
I don't know. I mean, I've seen kids.
Kids are going on this ride. They're going. This is weird. Like, it's not.
I disagree with that because of the dad jokes.
If you're over the age of 3 or 4, I don't think these jokes are hitting home. I don't think the animatronics are hitting home. I don't think...
I've got a 12-year-old that's all about the dad jokes.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't think... At 3 to, 5, I feel that the animatronics are the draw. From, 5 to, 12 or 13, it's all about the bad dad jokes that you're not going to get in trouble for telling around, your dining room table.
Okay. I think the appeal of new technology is too much for today's kids, and I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing. I'm just saying that's how society is.
And yet, in that park, how many attractions right now take any kind of advantage of this new technology? Really, it's got to be pretty much just maybe 2. Maybe the queue for Toy Story, Midway Mania.
That's
Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger Spin. Sorry, it's all the same fucking ride. Or
Seven Dwarves.
Or Seven Dwarves. And that's...
Little Mermaid. You can make the argument.
Little Mermaid a little bit just because of the big plopper. But
no, Little Mermaid has a lot of advanced animatronics in it. When you really tear apart that attraction... You have the interactive with Scuttle. You also have one of the Ariel animatronics. Extremely.
So 3. It's just that park, but Magic Kingdom is not.
It's also my least favorite park, Mikey, for a reason.
They have 52 attractions, Mikey. 52.
I feel like Scott shouldn't be allowed to talk right now.
He's not.
He is.
He just keeps on doing it anyway.
I'm not. I just keep standing up and stepping in once in a while.
We've already told him he has to be quiet.
We're gonna have him escorted out. I'm gonna find you in contempt of court.
We will hold you in contempt, and you will have to mute your mic in the next few minutes.
Out of order. This whole courtroom's out of order.
I mean, but explain Peter Pan then, because Peter Pan has the same animatronics, and it has fucking routinely 2-hour waits.
And do you think it's fucking worth that?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
But I don't think anything's worth it.
But the public seems to think so, though.
Well, it's because it was refurbished and everyone wants to ride the new Peter Pan ride.
Well, it's just the queue that was refurbished, really. There's nothing really changed.
I'd like to remind the prosecution, Peter Pan is not on trial here.
I'm just saying, I guarantee if you refurbish the animatronics and the figures in Jungle Cruise, the line would be long. Yes. People want to see new shit.
But the line is long now.
It's never really
60-minute waits when we were in November.
No, we got on it in 15 minutes.
That one time we did, but there was a couple of days where it was 60 minutes.
There was the last trip that Tim and I went on. The fast pass line had an hour wait.
That's fucking insanity.
The previous trip in before November when
May.
And
are you waiting that long to get on this ride?
Hour and a half away. No, I won't wait on anything that long to get on a ride.
I won't wait 60 minutes for Flight of Passage.
Yeah, I'm not waiting.
I don't do waits. If I can't get a fast pass for it, I'm not waiting if it's more than half
I just don't think this ride, the appeal to this ride now is for people like Scott that like hipstery old shit that I get it. Scott can't talk. It's so awesome to talk.
Objection, Your
Nope.
Honor.
Nope.
Objection.
Cannot
Can't
talk.
Objection.
can't
I object to that statement.
You can object all you like. Anyway.
Same reason he says his
object
favorite
when
movie
it's
is Mary
your turn.
Poppins. He likes old shit.
I do not have a beard, Your Honor.
Whoa, slow down there.
He likes
Don't have
he
a
likes
beard.
that old shit. He
love
likes.
Mary
I'm not
Poppins.
saying you shouldn't. What I'm saying is he likes classic stuff, and that's why he's arguing for it. Because yes, Walt did have a hand in it. I think that's the only appeal in this now is that it's a classic original attraction. I don't think it has anything to do with the ride being a quality attraction.
So, is that your argument at this time?
Yeah, I think that it's not worth the time. I think, and like I said, I mean, you know, you said I had to blow it up, but I don't think it has to be bad. I think that the choice to not update or refurbish or change animatronics is the downfall of this attraction.
All right. Scott, you're up.
Okay.
I'm so glad Adam's taking over. I can just keep drinking.
As time goes on,
Oh God!
Walt always said
this shit's recorded. He's got it. written
Disney
down.
World is not meant to be a museum. It's not. But as time goes on, we are going to lose the attractions that Walt had his hand on. This was one of Walt's favorites. As Trenton said, Walt Disney himself wanted to have animals in his park so badly that he actually had to not just resort to using animatronics, but actually create animatronics. These were one-of-a-kind creations that he made just for this ride. So when Trenton calls them antiquated and non-working, that's not true. I mean, these are still some of the most well-kept animatronics. Because remember, Trenton, they are outside in the elements.
Well, in
365 days a year. And in
I
water.
have a counter argument to that, though, is we have now live animals in a park.
Yeah, but you put live animals in the Magic Kingdom and children get eaten.
They get eaten out of the magic.
So
Out of the Magic Kingdom, it was that.
It was close. It was by the lagoon.
it was not far away.
They share a coast.
A waterway.
You can see the Magic Kingdom.
So this is an attraction that is created out of necessity. We talked about necessity being the mother of all invention. This was a wonderful attraction that started the animatronic business for Walt Disney World, or for Walt Disney's Disney Imagineering.
Wasn't it the parrot?
No, because the Tiki Room wasn't
Not the
invented.
Tiki Room. It was for what is it called?
Was it Carousel of Progress?
No, it was the original thing was that he saw a bird
A bird in New Orleans. Yeah,
in New Orleans, and that's what started.
he brought that back because he wanted to incorporate that bird into his Tiki Room, which would
Right.
later open in 1958.
right,
Jungle
right.
Cruise opened in 1955.
But technically the first animatronic would be Abe Lincoln.
Actually,
really
no,
didn't
that was
have-
1964. That was at the 64
Oh, yeah,
World's
that's
Fair.
right.
So yeah, these were the first animatronics that Walt created. And guess what? In Disneyland, those still work today. Now many of them have been upgraded as time goes on. They've upgraded them to be more fluid. I mean, have you ever gone through the Jungle Cruise and not seen the rhino chasing those 4 campers up the pole?
There was
Yes.
one where they took him out for a little while.
They did take him down for a bit.
And that's where we have animatronic maintenance for these things. This is well kept because why? Because this is probably one of the most beloved attractions in Walt Disney World. And for reasons that we all talked about on episode 66 when we last did our DHD of this attraction, so much creativity went into this. Between Buddy Baker's set designs, the horticulturalists that planted trees upside down to create a jungle where there was no jungle. Yes, Adam.
I just want to go back to something you said earlier about Walt. This attraction wasn't originally meant to be a tongue-in-cheek, sarcastic attraction.
Nope.
So
No, it
do
wasn't.
you think that Walt would be happy as now it's kind of a joke?
Yes, because originally it was a serious attraction, and within years of it opening, by 1958, it had turned into the tongue-in-cheek attraction that it is today. But also, one thing that Walt really wanted to emphasize is that we move things along. We move forward. We keep moving forward. This attraction has changed over the course of the years. It has not been the same script every single time. There are new jokes that get put in place. You have different jokes from time to time. That was one of the things that Walt decided, I need to make sure my park is always fresh for people. And, you know, Walt was walking through the park one day. He was walking through Adventureland because it was one of his favorites. And he overheard a little girl and a mom talking. The little girl said, hey, let's go on the Jungle Cruise. And the mom said, no, we did that last time we were here. And Walt wanted to make sure that he changed things up enough so that people said, I got to go back to that because I want to see what else is new. I want to see what's different. And this is where my argument is, be thankful we still have live skippers today. Because we could have gone to the Living with the Land script. We could have gone to an automated show that plays out of a speaker above you. It's what they used to have on Living with the Land. They used to have a cast member up front talking about the story, talking about the ride, telling you about different things, and it was a new show every time.
Objection, sir. Is Living with the Land on trial here?
No, it's not. Neither is Peter Pan.
I'm just...
I'm using that as evidence. Exhibit 1...
I wish to admit Living the Land as evidence, you know.
I had to do it. I'm sorry. I just couldn't help myself. But you can make the same argument about the Great Movie Ride.
This is
before
true.
It closed.
They still... Right. Up until when they added an automated show at the Great Movie Ride. I'm looking at you, Robert Osborne. That sucked. So be thankful we still have live cast members here, because that live cast member makes the show. And for every one bad one you get, yes, you remember them. But the good ones stick out more than anything. The good ones that tell the jokes. The good ones that interact with the boat. That, you know, play on make fun of the people in the boat, because that's what it's supposed to be about. And when you get that good cast member, you remember that cast member for a long time. I mean, Tim and Adam, it's been almost over a year since you had the girl talking about her love life on the boat.
Was so good. That was one of the best ones that we've been on.
Exactly. Those moments live with you for a long time. I'll still never forget when we got Miley Cyrus on our boat. I mean, I kid you not, the skipper looked like Miley Cyrus. But like Miley Cyrus from Hannah Montana.
Hannah Montana or...
No, Hannah Montana. Not Wrecking Ball.
Okay.
Did she sing?
I don't know. She didn't sing. But she was from North Carolina or somewhere around there. So it's possible.
Around there. You know.
Around those parts.
North Carolina, South Carolina, they're all the same.
They are.
It's the Carolinas.
Wow.
This motherfucker just said that North Carolina and South Carolina are the same.
Trenton.
This is not part of it. That's not even part of the argument.
I don't even know the difference between them. We got
different.
cheaters in both states, and whenever I talk about them, I just say they're from the Carolinas.
I get them confused too. I never know who's in what state, but I'm not.
Trenton talked about the cue and the music. This cue is a hidden gem. The music in it is amazing. The background music, the radio broadcast from AWOL Airwaves is awesome. I love it. And why? I do love old music. I do love jazz music. It takes you back to a much simpler time. It takes you back to a time where you could be without your social media, where you don't have to have Facebook, you don't have to have your Instagrammy open. You can just sit back and enjoy the cue. And then you stop it.
Instagrammy?
He sure did.
Okay, just making sure. I mean, it's going down in the record.
I just have a
stenographer's
question,
going to have to write that down, and I feel bad for her.
Just feel bad for the courtroom artist.
They actually don't write words. They actually just write how things sound.
I know. They just repeat. Yeah.
With that being said about the line, what is to say about the kid wearing headphones, or the adults wearing headphones, or the adults too focused in their phone?
Take off your phone. Or take off your headphones.
But like,
put your phone in your pocket and talk about the queue. When you get up to the booking office.
I'm not gonna lie though. The last time we were on this attraction, and this was just in November, we got on our phones and we were trying to win alcohol.
Oh well, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that.
Hang on, what app is this?
It was the email from the Pennsylvania State Liquor Board. had a lottery for Pappy. We lost.
That we did not win. But
We didn't get invited to buy a bottle.
good thing we didn't, because I spent way too much money. But, like, is the queue long-winded? Is it just a bunch of switchbacks?
No, because I think you have so much stuff on the walls. Like, you get to that booking office, look around that booking office. There's so many Easter eggs. Just take a look and then take out your phone and Google what these things are, because you'll find...
But you just told us to put our phones away.
Well, yeah, but then when you interact with the family members, you can find who Pamela Perkins is. And I'm not going to tell you, because some of you will know who Pamela Perkins is. Trenton won't.
Because Trenton don't give no fucks.
No. Well, it's before his time. He was still wearing diapers when Pamela Perkins was a thing. But it's got some great nods to Harper Goff, the map makers, Indiana Jones. It's got some wonderful tie-ins to other Disney attractions, other Disney properties, other Disney people.
Dumb question. Is Indiana Jones prevalent in this one? I think that's only Disneyland.
It's only Disneyland.
It's in both, but Indiana Jones is more prevalent in Disneyland.
Yeah.
So
It's right next door to the Indy ride.
Yeah.
Which is the greatest part of that ride, is that the skippers get to make fun of the people queuing for Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, and the Temple of the Forbidden Eye.
Oh,
Aye.
They joke about you'll never see those people again.
yep. One of the other things that I want to talk about is the practical Imagineering of this attraction. We all shit on Navi River Journey. There are no screens here. This is all practical Imagineering. This is all actual effects that you have between the butterflies that are 12 inches to a whopping 1 foot. Those are actual, props. The river that you cruise on, guys, it's not really brown. It's dyed because you got to hide the track.
Yeah, but that being said, if this was to open today, right now, in the state that it's in, as a brand new attraction, do you think it would be getting as much or more hate than Navi?
Well, I think I will concede to this point that it gets the love because of the longevity of this ride, because of the tie-in to Walt himself.
But is nostalgia enough to keep it going?
Yes, there is nostalgia, and that's the most important part here. I want to say that if this ride was to go, because then you'd have to, if you were to get rid of this ride, if you were to get rid of the Jungle Cruise itself, you kind of have to get rid of Skipper Canteen, because Skipper Canteen wouldn't be relevant in the parks.
There's a strong connection with other things in Skipper Canteen.
There's a minor connection to the Disney SEA.
No, if you walk through there,
There's
there's a huge connection, because as you're walking through, they're telling the story of the Skipper's Canteen.
And they actually have
about
props
it.
from the Explorers Club.
Yeah.
Right, but if you got rid of that, if you got rid of the actual reason for that being there, this was the Skipper's restaurant where they needed to make some money because their Jungle Cruise touring company doesn't pay them well enough.
They could cut that out of the theme.
But this is, this is an important part.
You're also talking about a restaurant that's not doing that well either.
Well, that's because the food's adventurous. And Adam and Tim, you've been to the restaurant.
I love it. Don't get me
Love the
wrong,
food.
but as they still haven't figured out the magic button for this restaurant yet.
The magic
So-
button is going to be to try and add hot dogs and hamburgers to it.
And
With-
more alcohol choices.
Yeah, I agree
This
with
is
that.
true.
But
Because Congalucia's
before
good,
we
but it's
see
not
that,
good.
well, this is a restaurant enough to keep an attraction open?
I mean, the restaurant is actually a bonus to the attraction. I think the attraction is what makes that restaurant. I mean, the attraction is the key draw here.
Walt said that the parks are not museums. The parks would always be evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Convince me that Walt would want to keep this the way it is now if he was still alive today.
Well, I think he would love it, because one of the bonus parts about this attraction is there's a moment on every 5 to 8 minutes where a cast member has an opportunity to make some magic for a child.
I have an objection. You can't decide what Walt would want
can't
today.
object.
Yes, I can. I'm a fucking the prosecution. Yes, I can.
Scott did it.
No,
Scott did it before.
You can object, and they can overrule you.
No, well, because we said
Well,
that
I
he's
have
allowed
to
to do
give
his
my
argument.
reasoning for objection.
No, you're going to have a rebuttal after he's done.
I'm just
Take a note. Get your
no,
pad
but it's
out.
kind of relevant right now because you can't say what Walt would think today. That's fucking impossible.
We're doing it like Senate hearings. You wouldn't even be in the room right now. No, I'm serious. I'm
No, he
not saying
would.
it. But he wouldn't be able to object.
Take notes for the rebuttal. You get a rebuttal, I don't.
Right. You get to answer all his stuff.
So Adam, to answer your question,
Make sure you can read your handwriting.
Yes,
there.
please.
All right, Johnny Cochran.
We've been down that road.
I prefer Jackie Childs, please. Don't call me Johnny.
Jackie
Dr.
Child.
Nesbitt.
I would say that Walt would love it because, like I said, there's an opportunity here for a cast member to make some magic for a child when they go through the Mekong Temple. That's where they pick a child out of the boat to bring them up to be the skipper and drive the boat, and then they give them a skipper's license. It's a wonderful, fun, cool opportunity for a kid. Look, does the kid know that boat's on a track? No, but do they care? No. Because they're the one driving the boat.
I've never seen this happen.
You've never seen it happen?
Me either.
No,
Maybe
never.
I just wrote it down.
I've never seen it happen.
Never seen that happen.
Oh, I've seen it happen a ton of times.
I've never seen it happen either.
Well, then you guys just haven't gotten really good skippers.
Never seen it happen.
So 9 out of your 10 skippers that were great never did this.
Yeah.
I've almost seen a skipper collapse on her box after she was done talking.
Yeah.
Probably
That's
from heat exhaustion.
Yeah, that's their break time when they go through that
Yeah.
tunnel. Serve
Yeah,
their voice and
I've seen them do this a number of times. They bring the kid up and have them drive the boat, and then they get a little license to, like a skipper's license, a skipper's card. It's really cool. It's an excellent addition to the ride that some skippers do, some skippers don't, but it's an opportunity for them to do that. Lastly, Jungle Cruise was inspired by some of Walt's award-winning, Oscar-winning films, the True Life Adventure series. So there's so much nostalgia, so much history there for that actual movie, for those movies, the African Lion, the Savannah, that we've actually now got a movie based on this ride. So it is popular enough that it's actually going to be a movie in 2020.
Right. But now,
The Rock
who's
is
to say
popular.
this ride is not going to be revamped and changed after this movie to something that we don't recognize it as of today?
I think that there may be some tie-ins to the movie, just as they did with Pirates. And nobody really truly hates having Johnny Depp in Pirates or having Jeffrey Rush in Pirates of the Caribbean.
But counterpoint argument to that is it's time to leave Pirates alone.
Oh, yes.
The Pirates is the only attraction, classic attraction, that's getting as much attention as it has been.
Yeah, but none of those attention seekers have been because of a movie or because of the changes to Pirates because of Pirates of the Caribbean, the
I
movie.
mean, when you think about the updated animatronics, the changing of show scenes altogether, you can't... I mean, the last time Haunted Mansion was touched was the Geiger Room.
Well, no, the attic, the bride, Constance has been
Right.
It's
updated.
the same time.
It was around the same time.
And you have
So
the
that
the
was-
footsteps on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's the Geiger Room. How many years ago was that?
Well, no, they've added digital 3D attractions or digital 3D projections to the singing bus. They've had the
But that's not
Hitchhiking
really
Ghost.
an update.
The Hitchhiking Ghosts have been updated completely.
Years ago.
4 years ago, maybe. It was
No,
like
it's been longer
2014.
than that. It's been a lot
2014.
longer than that. It's the last time Haunted Mansion was closed for any extended period of a time.
I mean, could this use some tender love and care? Absolutely. I mean, there could definitely be some updates to it. But it's never going to go away as the Jungle Cruise. The Jungle Cruise is here to stay.
Okay, so now I have to ask you a question. Mm-hmm. We've all seen the changes on Pirates, right? Can you honestly say that Pirates is the same ride and feel after all its updates that it was originally?
Pirates, I hate to say this, Pirates suffers from a political correctness problem.
Even before that.
Even
You
before that.
Take out the
When-
change with the red. Don't even.
No,
let's
not even
include the
not even
redhead.
that. When they revamped it back in the mid 90s to late 90s, I think it was like 99 2000-ish, when they reversed the turntable. So the pirates were no longer chasing the women were chasing the pirates. I mean, people forget about that change and the uproar that it caused, because it did. But at the same time, Jungle Cruise does not have the PC nature that Pirates does.
But did Pirates
Can you remind the court that Pirates is not on trial here?
No, I'm just... but we brought up a point that an update wouldn't change the feel of the ride.
I don't think it would. I think it would still be...
Adding Jack Sparrow, which had nothing to do with political correctness...
No.
Didn't change that feel to you at all?
No, because you're still going through a pirate's ransacking of a town, of a village. It just changed. It actually added a story to it, in that Captain Barbossa was looking for Jack Sparrow, and he wants to find this.
So
because
it did
Jack Sparrow
change
has
the
a key.
feel because it added a narrative.
Right, it added a story. Like Pirates, neither Pirates nor Haunted Mansion have an actual story.
Pirates does now.
It does now. Haunted Mansion really doesn't. That's an amalgamation of stories.
What story would you give to?
I think it would be something that they want to give. They wanted to give to it when it first opened, and that was kind of an African queen feel to it, story of a Lost on Safari feel. And I think that's what they will end up doing to it with the addition or the new Jungle Cruise movie.
Would that fit better in Animal Kingdom then?
No, because you already have that with the Kilimanjaro safaris.
So why revisit a ride that's already there?
So so maybe they won't change it. I mean, what I think is Disney will keep the Jungle Cruise there as long as the Magic Kingdom is open in both Disneyland and Disney World, because as we've added theme parks, this has been in every single park except for one, and that's Disney Paris. Why? Because there's other.
Is it in Hong Kong?
It's in Hong Kong.
No, is it?
Shanghai.
Shanghai. It's one and not the other, I thought.
It's in Hong Kong. It's in Hong Kong, not Shanghai.
It's
not in Paris because they would have problems with the temperature changes to the ride system.
In Tokyo? Then?
No, Tokyo's got one.
Because Tokyo gets snow and everything.
They do, and I don't know why they didn't. But the reason was they didn't put it in Paris was the temperature changes, I guess.
Okay, I'm just asking because I had a list and I don't know what the hell I did with it. But.
I honestly think that this will be an attraction that stays in the parks for as long as Disney World and Disneyland are open. This one does not leave. It gets updates. As we've seen, they've taken the Rhino out. They've taken the Rhino's back. They've taken the Rhino out, refurbed him, given him new
They got rid of the Ginger
animatronics.
Snaps line for a little bit.
They did, but it's back. Ginger still snaps.
Because Ginger likes to eat little children.
But without this ride, you miss classic lines. I mean, you'll miss the backside of water. You'd miss Trader Sam. And Trader Sam is the reason we have Trader Sam's Grog Grotto. I mean, it's named for the guy.
You miss Schweitzer Falls.
Albert Schweitzer.
Albert Falls. It's named for Albert Falls. You'll miss it. I mean, you'll miss the backside of water. You'll miss
it's Schweitzer Falls, named after
Schweitzer Falls. It's Schweitzer Falls. I'm right.
but it's
Dr.
named
Albert Falls.
Albert Falls, yes.
Yeah.
But you'll miss all of these classic attractions. I mean, you'll miss this. Just like I think that Haunted Mansion's never going away, nor is Pirates. Pirates, unfortunately, has changed, and whatever it is, it's changing for time. But this is one that I think will stand the test of time. And should stand the test of time.
I was just going to say, you say a lot of think you should stand the test of time, but that doesn't
It should.
sound...
It should stand the test of time. Because it's been 55 years, 53 years since it's been open?
Sure. I don't math when I'm outside of work.
63 years. 63 years of Jungle Cruise. We've had 63
But what percent
years.
is that?
20%.
There you go.
So that's where I rest. I'm going to, Judge, I will, if it pleases the court, I'm going to go make another drink.
Enjoy.
All right, so Scott, Scott mentions that he thinks Walt would still think that this ride was great. So Walt was an innovator for his time, right? He wanted Epcot. He wanted to have the community of tomorrow. So you not think that he would ride any other modern ride and look at this one and go, "What the fuck are we doing?" You don't think he would want to have new technology in his parks?
No, because I think
You
Walt...
can't say a word, Scott.
No, he asked me a question. He asked me a question.
Not a direct question.
asked.
It's not a direct
Was it
question.
rhetorical?
It was rhetorical.
No, you asked me a question.
Rhetorical.
No, I think
I thought
he
he asked
would.
him.
Scott, do you drive a 1980 Geo, or do you drive a Mazda, a modern Mazda?
No, but I can tell you that if I had my choice, I would be driving a 1964 Aston Martin DB5.
Well, everyone believes that. I've never seen that skipper
Or a 1971 Jaguar E-Type.
No one bringing. I've never seen the skipper bring a kid up, and I've been on the Jungle Cruise many times with children. No one's putting their.
Were they your own children?
Yeah, I was going to say, anytime you're on the Jungle Cruise, you're on the Jungle Cruise with...
No one's putting their phone away in this queue. No one gives a fuck. Even Tim and Adam, who would defend the queue, I believe, they were on their phones the entire time. We were in the queue with them.
Well,
Walt wanted real.
To be fair, we're trying to win some pappy. I mean,
Walt wanted real animals. Do you think he wants a fucking sideshow, knockoff, shitty animatronic ride? Or do you think he wanted real animals? Do you think that he would go to Animal Kingdom and be like, "What the fuck? Why didn't we do this before?"
Well, that was also 50 years later.
Also, Adam brought up a good point. I love that he brought it up. If this ride was built today, people would fucking shit on it. It would be horrible. They couldn't build this today. They would be a laughingstock. It would be horrible.
well, I think if they built this today, they'd use modern animatronics.
Thank you.
Modern hydraulic animatronics, not through air.
Right. So people wouldn't shit on it, right? Because it would be good animatronics then?
But then we end up with Navi River Journey because they'll blow their load on one giant animatronic.
Yeah,
at
no,
the end.
yeah. I
How'd that
think
work out?
I agree
No,
with
because-
Justice.
No, because they blew their wad on
Ballistic
Flight of
there.
Passage, not on...
Yeah, I think they just didn't put enough money.
No, that animatronic does all these
It's
crazy
fantastic.
movements, and they have special ways because they learned from the Yeti on moving it around if it breaks down. So there's a lot of money invested in that.
I'm not saying there isn't,
animatronic
but
for that attraction.
they
And
blew
they'd
their
have thrown
wad
it
on Flight
all
of
at the
Passage.
Rhino, which doesn't really move much at all.
Yeah, they would have, and then we would have had screens like we have.
I
in
also
Navi.
don't hate Navi completely. I mean, I don't think it's great, but I don't think it's...
I agree with you on
I mean,
that.
it's-
I do too, because I just
don't
expected a
hate
little
it.
bit more.
I expected more, but it's not awful. It's still better than Jungle Cruise.
I expected it to be longer.
And the restaurant would also be fine. It wouldn't matter. I think that restaurant is totally okay. And I think...
Justice Wisenhunt, it's the motion.
That's right.
of the boat on the track. So, and I guess my closing argument for my rebuttal here would be just because Scott thinks it will stay, and it may, doesn't mean that it should. Because we all know that every decision Disney makes isn't the correct one.
Like Maelstrom.
Death buckets.
All right, quick rebuttal.
I just think at the end of the day, when you take Walt Disney World as a whole, and Magic Kingdom more so, this is a park where it's meant to... I mean, Walt's whole purpose was to enjoy this time with your children, enjoy this time with your families. This is a family attraction. This is a great ride for you to sit back and connect with your kids and
Sit back and lean up against somebody else's back.
I've honestly never had a problem with the boat itself, because let me tell you something. If I'm looking this way and I want to see out the back, I just turn myself this way and look out this side, because it's just real easy to turn your body around. I don't know. I see Jungle Cruise as one of the classic attractions that is. It is a fun time to step back in time, where you can worry less about life, worry less about technology, and just enjoy 5 minutes of peace and tranquility, of telling bad jokes. Yes, they're bad. They are classic dad jokes. But these are the jokes that you can then go home and your kids can repeat to you, and you don't have any shame for it. Like when my kid says fuck, I feel awkward. But when he tells me funny jokes that are potty humor, it's okay. It's fine. And that's where this ride ranks up with me, is that it's okay to laugh at some bad jokes once in a while.
All right, justices, do we have enough information?
I think I've made my decision. Listen, I came into this thinking that it was gonna be easy pick for me, that I was gonna vote to keep this ride, but I don't know. Scott's argument wasn't that strong. Nostalgia is not good enough.
You know, but I'm on the other side of that, though. I think that if we don't have nostalgia, why do we have Disney?
Don't do this.
No, the whole fucking park is based on the mouse that was created 90 years ago. If that's not nostalgia, what else is?
But the park isn't based on nostalgia. We keep nostalgia in our minds from going. We constantly go back. But
that's what causes us to go back.
Changing.
If there's no nostalgia, people aren't going to go back.
We'll have the nostalgia of just the park itself, not what's in the park, really.
I mean, but if you look at any other theme park, what keeps you going back to another theme park?
New rides.
Take the Disney part out of the equation, and it's the newest thrill ride. It's the newest attraction that gets you going. It's not necessarily the nostalgia factor of, oh, hey, I used to come here a lot as a kid. Let me ride this roller coaster that doesn't do much of anything except like do little bunny hops.
And I honestly think that Walt would not keep this ride the way it is. I mean, I love this ride and I want it to stay, but I'm taking my personal feelings out of this and I think Trenton's argument won, really.
Can we throw it back to a lower court?
I don't think that's how any legal proceedings go. They don't go down.
Wouldn't that be fun? We've decided not to make a decision. We're going to raise it to the cheaters to make a decision.
We're going to appeal this to the court the court of public. What do they call that?
Public cheater knowledge.
What do they call that? The court of public
appeals.
No, it's.
Scott, what's the answer to this?
No. There's a term for public opinion or something like that. I don't know. But I mean, come on.
That's cheating.
Surely
we
can
do that.
Come up with something. I agree. It's old. It's got its issues all over the place. And if it was built today just as it sits, I think people would have to go into there knowing that it was a tongue-in-cheek take on what an attraction was in the 50s.
I don't even think with new animatronic technology, I don't think they would build this again.
With new animatronic technology, I don't think they could build this again. Just for the simple reason that the newer animatronics are always inside now.
Yeah, that's something else I was going to say is
digital motors and.
I literally think what we have right now is the best version of this attraction that we can get because, as Scott said.
But do you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Oh, God.
Is that supposed to have Kevin Hart in it, too?
I don't know. Though I did not hate the, what is it called?
Jumanji?
Yes, I wanted to.
The prequel to Jungle Book?
I did not hate it.
I didn't see it. And I was watching, they showed, and we're off topic, but they don't fucking know.
Yep.
I caught a little bit of whatever that movie he did with Kevin Hart where he was like in the FBI or whatever.
Oh, Central Intelligence.
Yeah.
I like
really
that movie. That movie was good.
Had no idea, had no intention of catching that, but it was on TV while I was working the other night. And I was thinking, this is actually pretty funny. And the comedian isn't the one making this movie funny.
Yes, 100%.
It was all Dwayne Johnson.
I mean, it's a good family flick, Jumanji.
Well, he's funny in his own right, so.
He is. And you know what? He will not make this the next Haunted Mansion, I don't think. But I think a lot of that depends on his
will he make it the next Pirates?
No.
Where the whole
Pirates.
theme to the ride changed to fit the movie.
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they can add anything. They would take something out of the attraction to add to it. I don't think they would add anything in addition to what they've already got. They just
they cannot touch this ride. If they touch this ride, the purists will have a heart attack. If they leave this ride the way it is, I think eventually you're just going to see.
It's going to break down. It's going to stop working.
Yeah, and you're going to see attendance for this ride drop.
But I mean, that's the other thing that I have a problem with us. The attendance for this is still pretty high. Like, that's the one reason why I can't. Neither one of them kind of touched on it. But the wait times, would I wait on it?
That would have been a perfect argument for Scott, other than, just nostalgia. People are still getting on this thing and packing this thing.
I mean, I asked about the wait times, and would I wait? No, but people still do.
Yeah. I've ridden it standby, but that was because the weight was low.
In May, we walked past that thing probably 5 times before we actually got on it, because 5 times the waits were over an hour.
See, but that's the thing, and that's the other point, was that we might not wait for it, but we kept on checking back to see if the weight went down. This is harder than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
So, how do you want to do this, guys?
Well, we have to take a vote. I mean...
Yeah, that's how this is done, and then it's majority rules, which is going to make one person look like an asshole, probably. Or
Can I go
2
first?
people look like assholes.
Well, no, one person has to speak for all 3, because if we have to go...
Well, we won't...
Yeah, we
they'll all know
vote privately, and then we announce the verdict.
Yeah.
And you have to say
Yeah,
how
but
many
everybody's going to know
justices-
who we voted for, unless we write it down and text it to each other.
Well,
We can just tell each other. No, I don't think that in like a Supreme Court setting or whatever, it's not secret.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
They're...
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
I don't care if they know who I voted for. I mean...
It's going to be in
Alright.
the episode anyway, and they won't.
That's what
Scott
I'm
will
saying.
know in a couple days when he listens.
And I'm
to all
sure
the
we'll say,
audio.
well,
Scott will probably
I
know
voted
within the
against it.
hour we hang up.
Yeah, he'll be like, who the fuck wanted to kick this out? You motherfucking piece of
I'm ready
shit.
to give it to Trenton.
All right, so Tim says it goes. Mikey?
I have to say, based on the argument, I have to give it to Trenton.
Yeah, just based on solely the argument.
Based solely on the argument, I have to be, unbiased. So, argument alone, I have to go to Trenton, and that hurts deep.
Argument alone, I'm going to have to go with Trenton as well.
How does Scott practice law?
I know. His argument wasn't very strong.
Well, he practices law. He dances around the real issue and pretends like distraction.
There's a reason it's called practicing.
Yeah, because you got to keep doing it in order to...
That's right. Good at it.
Same thing with doctors. So
Exactly.
same shit.
Exactly. And they all go golfing together. So
Exactly. It's a
so-
medical practice.
that's... I guess Trenton gets it.
yeah, I guess Scott doesn't have to listen to see who voted for what.
Yeah.
Because do I want to get rid of this? Absolutely.
that's why I
not.
said I don't,
But
so I
the
took my
argument
personal
was
feelings
so
out of
much
it.
stronger on Trenton.
Based solely on the argument.
you have to.
Presented to us. Because that's how juries do. I mean, you could think the guy is innocent, but if the facts didn't prove he was innocent...
Well, I mean, there's a lot of personal aspects to this, and I don't want it to go away. I just think Trenton's argument was stronger
Yes,
for
so
it.
do I.
If he made me pause enough to think, well, maybe he's right.
Yeah.
Because I went into this. I'm not going to lie.
I went into it
this,
saying,
I'm like,
all right, I'm going to side with whoever's for it.
voting
because-
to keep it. It's one of my
It's one
favorite
of my favorite
attractions.
rides.
Oh
As
yeah,
much
it's a great
as
attraction. I don't think anything
I
should
mean-
be done to it. But
We didn't decide who was going to speak for us.
you've been running this show,
Fuck my.
I'll do it.
self-appointed.
If you want.
Does that make Adam Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
I wish he had that
Yeah,
big collar on.
RPG.
Just get a doily.
We don't even have to. I think we're the only gay guys that don't own doilies.
Does this work?
I saw a Facebook ad for Ruth Bader Ginsburg descent earrings. They were like just basic big earrings of her collar.
Oh, God. All right, so are you guys ready for the results of our intense deliberations?
Yes, yes.
It did take longer than I thought.
Dude.
To be honest.
Due to arguments that were provided to us and not personal feelings, we actually have to give it to Tom.
Oh.
Oh, I'm so glad the camera can't see below my waist.
Sounds like we also need to give him 2 towels.
And he will never win another thing again because now I'm uncomfortable.
It was unanimous.
It was unanimous.
Really?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, he had a more compelling argument. Nostalgia
He had a
is
better
not a
argument.
reason alone to keep this thing.
All right. Well,
And listen, I'm all for nostalgia. In my personal opinion, I want to keep this thing. But Trenton's argument was stronger.
okay, Three Sheets Nation. Goodbye, Jungle Cruise.
I love this attraction. I wanted your argument to be stronger, Scott. You let me down, dude. He just had a stronger argument than you. If I took my personal opinions out of it, he had the stronger argument.
And I think the most difficult part about that is
We all went into this not wanting to get rid of it.
his arguments are all valid. And it's difficult to invalidate the fact that something is showing its age.
I'm not gonna lie.
And for Scott, you had an uphill battle, which we thought going into this you had the soft toss, man. But once Trenton was making his points, it became very clear that.
And I'm very proud that Trenton just say, it sucks, I hate it, your opinion is wrong, goodbye.
I didn't have to.
I mean, Mikey, I'll be honest. I will say, from the bottom of my heart, I love this ride. I love that it's one of Walt's last attractions that he worked on. It does need some TLC. It really does.
It needs a total
When we
overhaul.
last
With
rode it,
Left Eye Lopez.
yeah. I mean, it was
Too soon, man, too soon.
It's been like 20 years.
Yeah, it's been like 20 years we can't
I
make fun
thought
of
Rainbow
Left Eye,
did it.
but, the poor little alligator kid was just last year.
Yeah.
Make fun of him.
Poor
right
little
now.
alligator kid.
I mean, I love the attraction.
Someone pictured a kid in an alligator costume.
I love the attraction.
Well, he was
but,
in an alligator costume, just all the
but-
way in.
But there is absolutely no reason that Disney has not updated this with better animatronics, an actual like story, like I said, this was based on the True Life Adventure stories, which actually had a storyline to the films. Do that.
We were even discussing about the new animatronics, and if you notice the trend, all the newer animatronics are indoors.
Yeah, the new ones couldn't survive outside.
I don't think it
wouldn't
could.
make it outside. So
Especially
or
in Florida.
underwater.
Which on one hand is a testament to this attraction that the original technology is still for the most part holding up, but that's also its anchor and its ultimate downfall is that you can't improve on
Realism,
that
yeah, the
because of the
realism's gone.
restrictions of
I will say
all the tech that goes into it.
The one animatronic that I think is the most amazing is the baby elephant underneath the waterfall in the elephant pool. I mean, that thing is drenched 24/7. Well, I'm sure they turn the waterfall off at night. But that thing is drenched all day
Maybe
long.
not.
And it is a very realistic animatronic.
It's a realistic animatronic. I'll give you that.
Well,
okay,
I
it's
don't
not-
know if
it's not the-
realistic is even the word I would use, but that's the
does
thing. I
move.
mean, if Disney's
It's
got to
an
catch 22 with
animatronic.
this ride, because if they touch it in any way, the purists are going to have a heart attack.
Of course.
But it can't. There's no way this can survive much longer after the 50th anniversary party. I don't think this thing is gonna.
Well, that's the thing. It's gone 60 years at Disneyland, and they really haven't done too much to it.
Yeah, but Disneyland has that weird layout where they're going to have a real problem putting something else in there if they close it.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing
I
too.
don't
It's
think they
going to
ever-
cost too much, I think, to knock this down and build something else.
I don't think they ever get rid of the Jungle Cruise itself. I think that whatever they do to it, it's going to be an update, refurb, add in some storyline. I do think that with the movie coming out, as long as it doesn't do a Mars Needs Moms,
It might, or yeah, it might.
it's got a
Or
shot,
Haunted Mansion.
or Haunted Mansion.
But, I mean, my other concern for this now is that are we going to lose the skippers because of the movie?
I hope not, and I hope there's sort of a role for the skippers in the movie as they go forward. There's like, I hope in the movie that there's like a skipper type role that they can portray in the ride.
I don't see how that could work well and make sense.
Yeah.
Because a role in a movie is played by a specific actor.
Well,
or
maybe
actress.
maybe there's like some scene in the movie where there's a bunch of like extras that are skippers that Rock is like talking to at one point before he goes out on his expedition. Whatever it is, honestly, if they get rid of the skippers and they do this on a kind of a living with the land basis, the ride's dead.
I'm not going on it anymore.
Oh, no.
It's that simple.
Yeah,
There's no
wouldn't
point.
do it.
The skipper is what makes the ride, and I know we've talked about having bad skippers, but the good skippers are so memorable.
A bad skipper is still better than no
This
skipper.
movie's also going to blow.
Yes.
I think so.
I'm giving it a 50-50 shot at this point.
Yeah.
But I can't.
It's all going to be in the storyline. It's all going to be in the storyline. If it's a shitty
I think it's too close. I think Jumanji is going to fucking be the downfall of this movie because The Rock literally just wore the same outfit like last year.
Yeah.
So, I guess the final verdict here is that Scott's my bitch. Cool. Let's go.
Oh, God. Way to go, Supreme Court. Way to go. You just fed the ego.
It was unanimous.
Oh,
It
fucking
was.
A, man.
It was, and I was on board with saying leave it alone until I was thinking, you know what? No, I'm wanting to leave it alone because of my personal opinions about it, and not.
Yeah, that's what it is. I had to
presented
take my personal
to me.
opinion out of it.
But that's the thing. If you take your personal opinions about
Scott,
this,
you thought you had an easy.
I
time,
actually
and you
never thought I had an
didn't.
easy task here because this is filled. The only reason this attraction still exists today is nostalgia and personal
No,
opinions.
it's because it's still there
Cheap.
because they're cheap, and if they did anything to it,
Cheap,
people
I
would
agree with
fucking
that.
riot for no reason.
No,
So-
I honestly feel that they don't know where to go with Adventureland, and I can't knock Trenton for saying that.
Let's play
because
this quick 2-minute
It's a
game.
lost area in the park right now. I mean, what's the latest thing that went in there when you really think about it? The flying carpets of Aladdin?
I mean, that's the newest ride. I mean, and think about it.
And it's just Dumbo.
When Tiki Room
Exactly.
burned down, what did they do? They just replaced
to
the
the
old Tiki Room.
So, I mean, they're at a loss.
They
of what
really
to do with
are.
Adventureland.
I love Adventureland. I love the idea of Adventureland. I know Trenton hates Stairs the attraction.
Mm-hmm.
I love the idea of going up and Swiss, because who as a kid didn't want to have the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse?
You know,
I didn't see it till I was older.
Well, okay.
Yeah, me either.
My grandparents made me watch like first of all, my grandma and Walt Disney share the same birthday, so my grandma has been a Walt Disney fanatic since as long as I can remember. So I was always made to watch all of these movies, and Swiss Family Robinson was one of them.
now is that a film that you think people would shit on if it was remade right now? More modern, current times.
I would.
I'd welcome that.
You know,
Depends on how they do
I
that.
think it.
Well, I mean,
think
that goes with any film. I mean, that goes right back to the Jungle
I
Cruise.
would, but with that, it wasn't technology driven. It was a story driven
Yeah,
movie.
it's a story. It's more story
So-
than it is technology. I think this could be redone today and redone well.
I agree with that.
Like earlier, we were talking off camera about the new remakes, Lion King, which I think Tim and I are on the same boat here. I'm very scared for this.
Oh,
I'm very timid because it's one of my favorite Disney
think it's
movies.
gonna
and if
suck.
they fuck this up.
I don't know if I'm going to watch this.
I will watch
Jungle
it. I will go out and
Book.
see it.
I think Jungle Book, the animated movie, is a good movie. It is not a classic. It is not one of
Well,
Walt's.
it's a classic.
It's a classic, but it's not one of Walt Disney's finest movies of all time.
Yeah.
Jungle Book, the remake, told more of the story of Rudyard Kipling's Jungle
Yes.
Book than the actual animated
100%.
film. And that's why I like it.
Bad casting choices.
All my
just
life-
Like Beauty and the Beast.
No,
Well, it wasn't
I don't think
in-
it had bad casting. I don't hate Idris Elba as Shere Khan. Amazing.
Okay.
Yes, I agree
Christopher
with
Walken plays Christopher Walken.
Christopher Walken is Christopher Walken.
he
There's
does-
nothing
yeah.
else. he
Then that's a
can
bad
do.
casting
But-
choice.
Bill Murray as Blue
That
the
was
Bear.
great.
Perfect.
Yes, perfect.
That was perfect.
You know, I don't know. Because in the true story, King Louis is a creepy fucking evil bastard,
Yes.
and that's exactly what Christopher Walken is.
Yes.
It's true. He should not be singing.
He shouldn't be
I don't know
singing.
what
His
anybody
voice.
says.
The problem I have with it is that his voice is just so synonymous with just his as a person. You can't get past that.
Well,
Well,
the problem you
that's
have.
like Captain Kirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The problem you have
His
is
voice is
that
synonymous with him, and he doesn't do anything else but fucking Travelocity commercials.
He did Rescue 911. You'll shut your whore mouth.
Never seen it.
the problem you have, Trenton, is that the original King Louis was
TJ
voiced by
Hooker.
Louis Prima, who is a fantastic singer to begin with, and that's
But-
why they cast him.
But at that same token, Louis Prima wouldn't have fit in the original Kipling story.
Oh no, absolutely not.
Upbeat.
So
And nor would the Beatles have fit in the original Rudyard Kipling story.
Says the guy with the Abbey Road shirt on.
Shut up.
Moving on.
I just think that any, and I'm doing this in quotations, live action movie that's been made so far has not hit the target.
Actually, no. Jungle
I
Book's
disagree with
the
that.
only one that has hit the target.
I love Jungle Book.
I
You
love
know where I'm
Maleficent.
going to go with this? Pete's Dragon.
I love
I
Pete's
Pete's
Dragon.
Dragon.
I've yet to. I need to see Pete's Dragon.
Well, bring some fucking Kleenex, all right? 'Cause
It's
you're
a
gonna
rough
cry.
movie. It's a rough movie.
I cried, and I don't cry at a fucking movie. And I wanted to hate
It
this
was
movie.
a
And by the end of it,
hard,
I did too because I love the
hard
original.
movie. I was a mess at the end of this
Ethan
movie.
went for his tubes in his ears this week, and in his hospital room, there was a DVD player and a bunch of DVDs, and the original Pete's Dragon DVD was there. I was very tempted to walk out with that. But you know what? I couldn't find the DVD. It wasn't in there.
No, of
I
course
opened
not,
it up and I was
somebody
like,
already took it.
oh shit, it's gone. I wanted to be like, I'll wait here for the next 90 minutes while you get your tubes in, and I'll just watch this movie. I love that movie originally, so I'm very tempted not to see it because
You have
I'm
to
just
see it.
afraid. I'm afraid.
No, it's very good.
it's God.
was
Even if
very
it does have the Bryce Dallas Howard in it, it's still good.
Wasn't it directed
I
by
really
Ron
enjoyed
Howard?
it.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, I don't
Just
think so. It was I enjoyed
his daughter
it.
was in it, right?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I just said.
I enjoyed Maleficent because it wasn't a remake.
Oh, I didn't care for it.
But it was a
from
story.
what I hear,
but it was a story
Maleficent
that wasn't told.
Maleficent
but-
is just wicked.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Not even close.
I thought it was like the backstory of her.
Not even close.
No,
Not
it's
even
not a
close.
It is a backstory, but it's a softer side of Maleficent.
I don't
She's
like
not
that.
I
all
understand.
evil.
It,
don't
it
like
shows
that.
why she became who she was.
But I don't like that. I want to just see her as just evil bitch.
But the reason why I liked it, if you took who she was, if you took her Maleficent out of Maleficent, as stupid as that sounds, it made a good movie. It had a compelling story that wasn't told already. Think of, what is it called? What was the one with Drew Barrymore?
Enchanted.
No.
Never been kissed.
Fair enough.
No.
40 First
Yeah.
Dates.
E.T.
No. It was the one where she was...
Charlie's Angels.
We're just naming Drew Barrymore films.
50
at this
First
point.
Dates.
Firestarter.
No, it was Cinderella. Was it Cinderella or
E.T..
Snow White? The one that she did?
Yeah, Never Been Kissed.
Yeah, never been.
That
kissed.
wasn't Never Been
No,
Kissed.
it wasn't that. It was something. A
Kissing
Cinderella
Boys
story.
in Cars, whatever it is.
No.
No,
Oh.
no. The movie was called. It had like a main title, and then it was called A Cinderella Story. So
We're gonna have.
yes.
You know what? We're gonna have to IMDb this because there's no one can name any, like all of. Well, we could just basically name films, and Drew Barrymore's in that.
But again, it was a different take on the story. Tell me something different. If you're going to make a movie, make it like Mary Poppins. As much as I am afraid of this movie too,
I'm so excited for it.
I am. But it's a different story. It's not a retelling of Mary Poppins.
Yes, it's a sequel, not a retelling, and I'm so excited for it. And I am going to cry because, first of all, Q in this, Ben Winshaw, it plays Michael, and Michael has basically grown up and kind of been disenchanted. And I am super excited for this. I want to go to the theater to see this. I'm going to the theater to see this, and I am going to bawl my fucking eyes out. I promise you.
But that's the point I'm trying to make with all these live action. You know what? That's why The Jungle Book worked for me.
Yes,
because
it
there
did.
was more story. That's why Beauty and the Beast didn't.
Now, Beauty and the Beast was
Emma
terrible.
Watson was also dog shit.
Yeah, she
Has
was
nothing
dope.
to do with that. You told me the same story.
That's why Lion King is just going to be the same story.
Exactly.
Missing
The best song.
some key songs. If you're going to keep most of the songs, you gotta keep all the songs, man.
You do not need to write a song for somebody who sings. Period. The only reason why Nala all of a sudden has a song is because of Beyonce.
And honestly, Beyonce could sing "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" just like Nala did. And you know what? Guess what, Beyonce? You're not fucking Queen Bee. You don't need to be the fucking star of the fucking show.
She's not going to, it just doesn't, it has nothing to do with that. There's so much other music written for Lion King alone.
The more we talk about this, the more I am
The more
disappointed in
angry
this
I
movie.
get. It just gets me angry.
And Donald Glover, if you've ever seen Atlanta, Donald Glover is actually a really good actor.
He's a better actor than he is a rapper. I'll tell you that.
Well, that is true.
And who else is there now? But who else is in that besides Beyonce that we can name off the top of our head? Who's Rafiki?
Mr. Bean. Is it?
He's funny as shit.
Wait, hang on. Is Rowan Atkinson
Yeah.
back as Zazu?
I believe
Yes.
so. Yes.
He gets to, but
I still don't
the
wanna
shit
go
Why
part
do you
is-
have Billy Eichner?
the shit part is that Nathan Lane and Ernie, I can't think of his last name. The guy
Sabala.
from
Casella.
Ernie Zabala.
Sabala.
Casella.
Yeah, but Ernie wanted to walk away from it for a while.
Yeah. He didn't want to do it again.
That's
Nathan Lane was kind of bent out of shape because he didn't get Pumbaa
Seth
on
Rogen
the-
is Pumbaa, and that's gonna be fucking stupid.
Seth Rogen and Billy Eichner is Timon.
I like Billy Eichner. I think he's ridiculous.
I'll be okay with those two.
Because they're comedic
Yeah.
actors. It makes sense. But can Seth Rogen sing?
He can barely talk.
Could Ernie sing though? I mean, Pumbaa
Yeah,
doesn't
Pumbaa
really
really
have to
didn't.
sing. He just has
Timon
to be
does.
gruff and make
But the
make a weak.
Oh no,
That's
Rowan
what Seth
Atkinson's not in this
Rogen's
movie.
gonna do.
John Oliver is Zazu.
Fuck
that.
this
That's,
film.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine. No.
Yeah, fuck it.
No,
He's a piece
no.
of shit.
Nope.
Due to
Nope.
last week's locust invasion,
I'm surprised you like John
the
Oliver,
Assistance
Scott.
League has rescheduled their annual
I think he's
charity
funny.
He's from the London, Tim.
at Prince
He
Albert.
likes them all over there.
Even
I
if they
think
are
he's
liberals.
funny. I mean, he's super
do we
liberal,
know
but
if-
he's funny.
Do we know if like the Morning Report is going to be in this one?
I doubt
Well,
it.
John Oliver will give it if it is.
No, but it's one of the songs.
No.
If one of the, it's one of the songs that got cut. That's actually in the show, in the Broadway show.
The,
And if
a
they
better
needed
version
other
is in the
songs-
Broadway show than in the movie.
I mean, I fell in love with John Oliver when he did The Bugle, which is a funny podcast.
The guy that plays Scar, I've never even heard of. Chiwetel L.
No, Chewie Endelthorpe. Yeah, that guy.
What the fuck that is?
God, what was he in?
No, see, I am totally down with Chewie Edelfor because that guy is in my favorite Christmas movie of all time. Love
I
Actually.
just don't like any of the acting choices.
I just find it funny that the only singer they actually have in there is Beyonce.
Dude, he's in Serenity. That's who he is. He's like the guy from Serenity, like the evil assassin guy from the movie
Yeah.
Serenity. Chewie.
He was also in Doctor Strange.
And he was in the Martian.
Oh, the guy that's playing Timon's the guy
Yeah,
from
he's in The
Parks and
Martian.
Rec that plays the crazy dude. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
No, I'm excited for the cast. I think the cast is great up until Nala.
Not for a musical.
Up until Nala.
Eric Andre's in it.
Not for a
I'm not a huge
musical.
fan of Eric Andre.
Well, I mean, Adam,
What?
Jonathan Taylor Thomas didn't sing any of his songs.
Yes, but these people are going to be expected to sing theirs
Jeremy Irons only sang until one point in the song.
because he got
He got
sick.
sick.
Well, no, he
So-
blew his voice out trying to get too deep. And guess who they brought in?
But that song doesn't exist
Oh, everybody
anyway.
knows it. This trivia.
They brought in Jim Cummings.
Yeah.
Who
Yes,
was the
but that song doesn't
best.
exist this
No,
go
it
around
doesn't.
anyway. So what does it matter?
That's fucking bullshit. That is bullshit. The fact that they don't have the best song of this whole movie.
Any actors that are known to sing in this?
So, Amy Sedaris has a credit for this movie, but I have no idea who the hell she's playing.
Oh shit!
That's frightening, is what that
It's
is.
just
That is
it's
fun,
gonna
yes.
be bad.
But I love Amy Sedaris, so that's going to be
It's
interesting.
gonna be bad. I'm calling it right now.
Alfred Woodard is playing Sarabi. That's great.
Yeah, I don't.
I want to see it, and I'll end up seeing it.
I'll definitely
but
end up seeing it because Lion King is my top two
I mean, I will see it at some point, whether it's on streaming or in the theater. But
Go to the theater to see this.
It looks beautiful.
it does, and I will say, as much as people say, well, it's not a live action film; it's all just CGI. Whatever. It's
Well,
it's fine.
Disney is actually having problems coming to an actual conclusion as to what to actually call these movies.
Computer gener. I mean, they're CGI movies.
It's a computer animation, is what it is.
But the problem is CGI had a very bad taste
Yeah.
when they first started releasing CGI movies.
Adam, recently we went on the Polar Express here, so we decided to rewatch the Polar Express, which was like released in like
Why? That's like-
2002. Holy shit!
Which is entirely green screened.
Oh my god, the Polar Express animation is so bad to like compared to today.
Well, I mean, so is Toy Story.
Yeah, but you look
But
at the
Toy
first
Story,
true-
like,
Toy Story's an
Last-
animation, though, not.
Yeah,
the first true
It wasn't meant to
CGI
look
movie
realistic,
that was
like
released was,
Polar
I want to say, like one of the Final Fantasy
Final
movies.
Spirits Within.
yeah, it's
Yes,
it's so bad.
And the animation's not good. I mean, there's a lot of things that are junky with it, and to sit there and CGI just left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, so they won't call it that.
So look, as we finish up tonight's episode, Trenton, congratulations on your first win.
Oh, you had to throw it in there.
Wow.
No, I'm saying congratulations. You did a fine job. It was a good argument. The Jungle Cruise needs some updates. You've got a point there, but it doesn't need to be torn down.
And that's what I planned on my initial argument being. It wasn't, but I mean, yes.
To get,
You
but
still
look, they're never going to get rid of it. It does need some updates. It does need some work. To get rid of it as a whole, I don't think you could do that.
See, but at the same token, does it need to be in both parks?
Disneyland and Disney World? Nope.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
I disagree.
I think it does.
I totally
It's
disagree.
more nostalgia for Disneyland than it is for us.
Oh, it is.
I think they should
absolutely.
leave it alone at Disneyland. I think the real estate needs to be updated.
It's
in
a big
Adventureland.
area. I think the entirety of Adventureland's got something.
Although, I mean,
It has to be
Disneyland could
reworked.
use the more.
Yeah, let's retheme this for Moana.
Yeah, look, we
Can
could,
I have capsules that go underwater and
That was the rumor, but
episode 41 or 40, episode 40.
I do like
No,
this new
41,
format
41.
for this though. I like the 3 judges better.
I do too. Mikey, the Magical Meltdown has been busy for the holidays. You have some fun stuff up. There's been some good things going on.
You know, I'll do you one better, Scott. I've been busy with something that won't necessarily be on the magicalmeltdown.com. But hey, if you are a member of 3 Sheets to the Finish Line, there may be some cool swag available for you guys, for all you runnerers out there, because there is a virtual half marathon coming up damn quickly.
next
You
month.
know, yeah,
Started
yeah.
by next month.
So keep your eyes out for that. Now, it's not going to be something that's going to probably go live on the main 3 Sheets page. But hey, if you're a runner and you want something cool and you're going to participate in that half marathon, join 3 Sheets to the Finish Line. Just look it up on Facebook. I don't think we have the same stringent requirements, guidelines, and questions to answer to join that group. But hey, get in over there, get on the virtual half marathon. You get some awesome medals from Disney, and you know what? It's a pretty cool shirt you're going to want to get your hands on. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So go over to www.themagicalmeltdown.com. That's where you're going to find all of our Disney swag, glassware. Tim, Adam, Trent, Mikey, we all have the 4 quadrants tumbler. We all drink out of that regularly. So if you want to be part of our little group, drink out of it with us. So go buy that. Go grab that for the holidays. There's some flasks, some beerware, wineware.
There's no underwear.
Not yet.
Not yet. I want to get Fuzzy a pair of drawers.
We need to get on that Me Undies collab.
Wait. Do we want a Get Fuzzy thong or no?
Ew. There are so many ways that is going wrong in my head right
Well, you
now.
can let your actual bush hang out the sides of it.
Right? Look like Macy Gray.
Yeah,
You
so
can blend
Brings
into the
new
actual
meaning to the
beard on
word dingleberry is all that I'm thinking right now.
go over to www.themagicalmeltdown.com. Check us out. That's all the swag you're going to buy. The glassware, the t-shirts, the artwork. You can get everything on the Magical Meltdown in a tapestry. Well, almost everything.
We have many, many tapestries. Also, hey, we got coasters and we got some shot glasses.
Yes.
That have one host's face on them.
Uber Ultra Retro Epcot coasters.
Check it out.
I want to thank you all for joining us this week on Three Sheets to Mouse. If you enjoyed the show, go over to iTunes, rate, review, subscribe. That's the best way to make sure that you get your Three Sheets fixed pushed to your phone every single week. Subscribe, give us a rate, give us a review, and just make sure you get involved. But if you want to go over to Instagram and Twitter, we're over there at Three Sheets Podcast. Check us out, subscribe to us, and also make sure you hashtag us in the park, Three Sheets Nation, at Three Sheets Podcast. But if you really want to interact with the group, interact with Three Sheets Nation, go over to our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/Three Sheets, and that's where you can become part of Three Sheets Nation. But Mikey, they got to do one thing to become part of that.
Answer all three questions. They're three very simple questions. Please answer all three questions. Don't recommend a friend. I'm not told the answer to three questions because we really need those three questions answered to get you in the group.
All right, so guys, fun show. It transitioned from Jungle Cruise to live action movies, but you know what? We finished the 6-day, 4-night expedition through the cruises, through the jungles of all the world. Tim, give me some closing remarks tonight.
Oh, finally you get me first so nobody can steal my fucking thunder.
Well, you know what? I'm going to throw you a fucking bone here.
God bless. You
Thanks.
came out with some vitriol there, Tim.
You know,
He's angry.
the last couple of weeks we've been watching the random acts of holidays and the ornament exchange, and you guys have been amazing. I mean, you're constantly trying to top each other, and it's been a wonderful thing to watch. Just keep doing it, and it's just you guys have shown me what the holidays are about again. I didn't have any holiday spirit until we started doing that. And
Yeah, that's until
Thank you,
Neil Patrick Harris got into your
well,
brain.
yeah, that started it.
And then the Sheeters got along, and then it's just sappy on sappy.
And then after Christmas, I'll hate you all again, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Mikey, give me some closing remarks tonight.
I'm going to piggyback this time on Tim with the Renomax the holidays. If you're not in the Facebook group and you have no idea what this is, it's your fucking loss, okay? This is...
Damn!
Hey, listen, okay?
Everybody's coming out guns blazing. Yeah.
Fuck you! You're cool!
I was talking about this earlier today with Pino Gringo, and I was like, hey,
Peanut Gringo.
Sorry, I'm busy doing rich things. I can't listen to you right now.
The Renomax the holidays was just supposed to be like, here's a thing I have. If you want it, jump in, I'll send it. But it's turned into some very, very nice gift packages, and people have completely embraced the fact that it's more about the giving than it is. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun to get some great shit, but man, don't you feel good when your great shit that you've put up to be given away is better than the last great shit that was put up
And
there.
well, let's be
I'm
real
sorry.
here.
I'm very, very happy with my Blantons.
Oh, are you?
Let's be real here. The Nabdukes set the bar very high on day one. So
They did, and it hasn't come down very far.
No.
it hasn't
It
come
hasn't
down at all.
moved. It hasn't
really
moved
has
much.
been
So
awesome.
that's a testament to the group we got, and I'm
It
happy
is.
to see everybody jumping in trying to win this. I'm happy to see people winning. That I'm like, hey, I know that person because they're active in the group. Be active in the group. Let us know who you are. Don't just
Yeah.
win shit. Win shit
Yeah.
and be funny.
You know what? And that's a good point. If you like the Random Acts of Holidays and you commented on it, join the group, because that's where we have so much fun on a weekly basis, Friday night to...
You kind of have to be part of the group to see the Random
it's a
Acts of the
prerequisite.
Holidays.
No, well, I mean, there are people that only come in during the Random Acts of the Holidays.
You don't have to be a lurker.
Yeah, don't be a lurker. Join us.
You can,
because
there's nothing that you can say here that would make us think any less. Of
Have you
anybody
seen
else.
some of the shit posted today?
Well, yes. That was
certain live.
Okay.
You know what? That's New Orleans for you. And Bourbon Street is a dangerous place. Adam,
I am
Tim,
so afraid of it.
may the odds ever be in your favor.
Oh, well, I'm in trouble for.
And those are my closing remarks. Comment, be funny and shit, win shit, join the group and shit.
Yeah. Adam, give me some closing remarks tonight.
Well, we have the Random Acts Holidays that actually ended up going well into January this year. Keep an eye out.
One day it's
maybe
just going to be 365 days a year. We have 365 days. People want to join it. Fuck it, Adam. Roll with it, man.
No, I already screwed up one day
Yeah.
so
It
bad.
has
I
to be
didn't want to
Ross,
do this.
random active cheaters.
And it was my own fault because I was drinking that day.
Right now, we're up to the apostrophe.
The apostrophe.
I don't know what that means, but I like punctuation.
Someone's gonna get the hook joke right there.
Yeah.
I think you mean an epiphany.
Okay. No, we're past that.
No,
Well past
Yeah, we are
Epiphany.
well past the epiphany.
We're up to our
That's what I'm saying.
epiphany.
Isn't that a shit
we're-
epiphany
actually-
ginseng?
Actually, I think we're about a week past the epiphany at this point.
We're pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Maybe something special at the end, that a date that hasn't been previously announced. You just might want to have to keep on the page to keep looking for that
Is that
one.
like a triple digit date or something like that?
It might be.
Never know.
4 days and 7
also,
nights.
For y'all who actually want to meet some of us in person, there is a meetup going on, I think at this point, almost every month until May or June. So just keep an eye on the activities page. There are cheaters who are creating their own events at this point. If that's something you're interested in doing, reach out to one of us. We can make that happen for you by pinning your event to our event page. The next sheet up that I know of, off the top of my head, will be January in New York City. We are going to go see the pop-up exhibit in New York for Mickey's 90th birthday. We're going to go try and catch a showing of Mary Poppins. And we probably are figuring out dinner, but I don't know in what order we're doing any of that. Right now, the schedule happens to be the 3 o'clock and the 2:40 for the pop-up. You have to buy your tickets in advance if you plan on coming. The 3 o'clock has sold out, but the 2:40 still had some spots in it. Tim and I will be going to the 2:40
It's like the
because
void all over
I
again.
forgot to order tickets because I kind of got busy this week at work. So, we look forward to seeing you in New York. And after that, February sheet up, I think, is the next one in God Help Our Livers, New Orleans.
Oh, you are not going to make it that out alive.
No, I'm going to come home on dialysis. I know it.
Oh, yeah. You know what? If you want to join our host of Three Sheets, after February, we may be looking for 2 more.
Yeah, listen, there might be 2 openings.
Good luck to you two after seeing what happened this weekend.
I think I'm going to go sober January and February.
No, you're going to...
Peter Shan got shammered.
Yeah.
He got shan-faced.
You're basically going to be in rehab in March.
All right.
Well, wait,
But
we already
last-
got a room booked for Reflections.
There you go.
Yes, reflections. Last but not least, we have to congratulate 2 special people to the page.
Yes.
Not you, Trenton, for winning.
I thought you meant me for winning.
You're not 2 people.
Well, let's rephrase that. We have to congratulate one and offer condolences to the other.
You got first of all, Tim, Adam, and Mikey, you guys created this monster. You deal with it.
No, you're going to have to deal with it all week. I'm going radio silent all week. It's all you, buddy.
All right. So we have some congratulations to order. Adam, give it away.
Chris and Lauren, congratulations on your engagement, or condolences, as Tim says, to Laura, and congratulations to Chris. So, good luck. We look forward to the invites. I will be there.
All right, Trenton, give me some closing remarks.
No, I first off, I do want to thank all my fans. You really made this possible.
Jesus Christ.
You know, I've been working at it for a long time now.
The descent finally.
You like me!
No,
you really like me!
But seriously, tonight was a lot of fun. I hated missing last week's show, but I was a little under the weather, and now I'm back. Even put up a poll tonight, so we're gonna keep bringing good content. And tonight, hopefully, I think tonight's show went very well. Not just because I won.
Yes. Because trust me, if it had gone the other way, you would have an angry Irishman sat back in his chair, arms crossed.
If he'd have pulled his hood up over his head too.
So anyway, I'll put up a poll about this episode once it drops, and make sure you check the page for that and let us know what you think. Just because the other 3 judges on the show picked me, you could completely disagree.
Trenton,
You didn't finish your comment, because usually when people disagree with you, what do you tell them?
I mean, you could be wrong all you want.
There you go.
Well, no, it's a tough argument to keep it. But Trenton, in your poll, it is, what do you do with the Jungle Cruise? Keep it or let it go?
Okay.
So I want to thank you guys all for joining us this week on Three Sheets of Mouse. From all of us here at Three Sheets of Mouse, thank you for making our show part of your Disney life. Thank you for your time, this time, and until next time, so long for just a while.
And thank you.
Hey Trenton, congratulations on your puppy. I just stole some thunder.
No, I mean, it's exhausting. It's like having I just got to the point where Daisy...
I meant from Chris. It's not all about you, though. I mean, you won. We get it. Oh, moving on.
Oh, wow. Shit. Wow.
You want some cream for that, Burn?